guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassidy. If you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by. So it is a wonderful Saturday afternoon, about 3:50. So I got a little catching up to do with you guys before we get started into today's to-do list. Held true to my promise and did my homework of doing a chapter 13 outline prior to writing it. Now, granted, I did not do this on Thursday like I had originally planned. I actually ended up doing it Friday. We just had maintenance man like in and out of our place like all day on Thursday, so I just felt like I didn't really have like a good mindset to like hunker down and figure out my outline. So ended up doing that on Friday, and it honestly went so well. And in case you guys need proof, if you don't trust me, I am a woman of my word, I promise you. But here's my scribbles, so please don't judge. But don't mind this, it's all on this side. Here's my scribbles, my chapter outline for the things I want to touch on. The only thing I don't know about like specifically is how much lore I'm going to be dropping in this chapter. Like either way, lore is going to be dropped. I just have a couple areas of lore that I might want to touch on. I just, again, don't know how much I want to talk about because I need to save some for like the next couple chapters. So we might see how that all goes. That's kind of a writing cast moment and seeing what we end up doing. I did end up getting started on chapter 13, held true to my other promise of writing on Fridays for at least an hour. I did not film it, but I did write yesterday. It was like in bed right before bedtime, like 9 to 10. I hunkered down and got started on my chapter, I should say. And I ended up writing 473 words. So it was very slow going because I had some dialogue stuff that I just kind of was not sure how I wanted to do it. And also like some key things where I was like, in my brain, I was like, okay, does this make sense? This action makes sense? Like physically, am I describing it in a way that it makes sense? So took a little bit longer, but again, I was like kind of tired anyways. So ended up writing a little bit, held true to my word. You know, it's not 800 words, which is totally fine because either way, today I'm hitting 30,000 words. Like I am right there. I think I only have like 800 words or 900 words left until the 30K mark. So that's it. So yeah, I think that is pretty much it. This morning we went to the farmer's market, my husband and I I kind of like been following this local bookshop, but it's in a van, not a white van or whatever. Like it's a super cute van, or a bus I should say, and it's mostly for like mystery fictions. And that was my first time like seeing it, and like she is the sweetest lady, and it was so fun. So I got a couple books. I did a book swap, so I was able to, you know, give a book and take a book kind of thing, like the little libraries as well. So that was really cool. And as I was, you know, perusing all the books, my husband was in pursuit of kettle corn and, you know, just popcorn in general. And he came across next to the bus, there was this little girl who was selling her paintings and her art and stuff. And he ends up buying one. And I didn't see it until I was done with buying my books and everything. And when he showed me, I was like, this is a sign. This is a sign. So I have to show you guys. Isn't it so cute? So I took this as a sign because literally in this chapter, I'm going to be doing a sunset on the ocean, and there's like a whole scene for it. And I was like, and he didn't know about that. Like I didn't tell him about that or anything in terms of that was my plan for chapter 13. So I'm like, I'm taking this as a sign. But, you know, we love supporting our local artists. So that was, yeah, taking that as a sign. So I think we are fully caught up, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And let me know if you guys have done any farmers markets or, you know, any cool bookshops or any trades or anything as of late. I got some pretty good books, and maybe that will pull me out of my reading slump. I'm still in it, guys. Been in it for a while, and so I've got some other books that are not usually in my wheelhouse. So I think that's kind of what I need, to be honest, to get me out. And they're smaller books, so it should be like a quick read as well. It's not like a full commitment. It's only like standalones. Anyways, what is the plan for today? Today, I am planning on probably writing for 2 hours, at least an hour. For sure hitting 300K. Oh my gosh. One of these days, I will say the number correctly the first time. I will be hitting 30,000 words today, for sure. No doubt about it. I'm very excited to write this whole chapter and the scenes in it. I think it's going to be really fun. And there's going to be like a moment where I'm like kicking my feet and stuff. Like, oh, I love it. Really, it's a whole reprieve moment and like a calm after everything that's happened, and then leading into the next little bit. The next few chapters are going to kind of touch on one of my favorite tropes, and it's going to be really fun. But that is not what we are talking about today. We are talking about our wholesome moments, our sunsets on the ocean, and hitting 30,000 words. So we'll talk more about the trope in the next one. And I'm not like crazy about identifying the books or the stories based on their tropes, but you know, it's always just kind of fun to be able to write some of those, but it's a small trope. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's a smaller trope. That is a future self-discussion chat with you guys. So, but yeah, I guess there's nothing else to it, just to do it. So I will be back when I hit 30,000 words, and we will talk about how the chapter went. So talk soon. Hi guys, welcome back. All right, it is currently 5:35. So I wrote for about an hour and a half, and I stopped mostly because I am so hungry. So I need to eat some food. And I stopped at a really good spot. So just to give you a little recap, my chapter 13 is not finished yet. However, I did hit 30,000 words. Yay! Yes, I knew I could. So 30,000 words done and dusted. Technically, it's 30,383 words. So not bad. In this current writing session, I wrote 1,132 words. And as I said, I'm still in chapter 13. I really kind of just got into the pantsing mindset of this between my bullet points, and I really like where it's going, and I like the little seeds that are being planted along the way. And this side character is probably my favorite. Like, I know you're not supposed to really have favorites amongst your children or whatever, but like, he's probably my favorite. Like, I've absolutely just, I love it. Like, and I'm so excited to see the rest of this scene and this chapter play out like I have in my mind. And granted, as I said, like I pants a good portion of this between my bullet points of things that I wanted to touch on, but it's happening in the best way. So I love it, and I'm so excited. One of the things that I'm exploring with Celia is colors. So kind of to give you some context, really like the first portion of the book, like she's gotten so used to the very monochromatic colors. So like the blacks, the grays, the whites, and no real like colors. Essentially, like those are really the only shades that she has seen for an undisclosed amount of time. And so seeing a lot of these colors now that she's out of this area is very significant for her. And so I'm trying my best to like do a good job at like just bringing that sense of wonder and just like the feelings that each of these colors bring. And it's very significant also when this side character came in, and you might have peeped his name in my screenshot, depending on if I put it in there on my words. But it's very significant with this side character of like the colors and stuff, and it's kind of a almost like a driving factor where it provides such like warmth for her in a place that did not have, where it just all the warmth and the love and everything is like absent, and it's just mostly filled with like misery essentially. And so again, like the colors is such an important piece of Celia's story, and I'm very excited to see where this goes along like her story and her character arc. But it's just been really fun when I'm in this new open world of like basically seeing all these things for the first time. So like seeing the moon and gonna be the sunset and like experiencing the colors of the sunset and some other things like that, where it's just like a bunch of just warm, vibrant colors, and just like the feelings that it brings to her, outside of, you know, the grays, the blacks and whites and stuff that she's gotten so accustomed to and associated with misery. So it's very just kind of fun to explore this aspect of it, and I'm trying to keep that as like a steady theme throughout the story so far. So yeah, that's been like really fun to do, and like that's kind of a huge part of this chapter is like the colors. But I'm loving that I'm finally able to have these two characters just basically not be running for their life and are actually able to like sit down and have like a conversation, answer some questions, some lore drop. And I think this area that this point of interest that I just wrote in just barely, it's actually turning out way better than I had expected. I didn't have like a clear idea of what I wanted in this area. Like I knew I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a beach area and like the ocean and stuff, but like what else past that? And so with like brainstorming and also just with the outline and stuff, I kind of was developing a good plan, because it was so vague to begin with, and I was like, I'm not sure where I'm going to put some of these key parts that I want in this area and how that's all going to play out. And it's actually turning out so well, and it's just like, oh, I love it, so it's really it's gonna be such a wholesome like moment in this area, and like this chapter specifically, it's gonna be so wholesome, and I am loving it already, and I haven't even gotten to the thick of it. So excited about that. I'm so excited to have 30,000 words, which is great. And I'm feeling good. Like after getting through that bridging transition chapter, like this just feels so good. Like this feels very natural. This doesn't feel like I have as much resistance. And maybe again, it's probably because I'm not starting and stopping so many times and like fitting it in like throughout in between my work day, so I'm actually able to kind of like focus and be in this world a little bit more. So I'm very excited, and I'm probably gonna write some more probably tomorrow. I am feeling hungry, and I think I just want to read one of my books and kind of just hang out and, you know, think about how I want my lore dropping and that conversation and all of that one, how much information to play in that, and kind of stew on that tonight. So again, likely we'll probably write some more tomorrow. If not, that's cool. But I'm very happy with where it's going right now, and I don't know, milestones, the small victories, that's what matters. The small victories, you know, they pile up over time, and it becomes into big, you know, snowballing into the bigger victories in the wins, which is like a finished book, a finished duology. So it's becoming more and more real to me as I'm like, holy shit, I'm on chapter 13. And I just like looked last night because I was so curious just to see like the estimated pages I'm at. Because it's been a long time. Like the last time I looked, I was at like 34 pages, and it was like the read time is like not even an hour, it's like 30 minutes. And I was like, oh, I feel like I've spent months writing this, and I'm only like a 30-minute read right now, which is crazy. So let's take a look. Okay, so I'm estimated 82 pages, and estimated reading time is 2 hours and 1 minute. So that's crazy. I don't know. I feel like from 34 to 82, right? Is what it was. I already forgot. Is incredible, and hitting just even 100 pages. Like this is my longest story yet that I've written, and it's getting better. I feel like it just keeps getting better, and I'm very excited about it. And again, like I just feel like this chapter is flowing so much smoother than the previous one. Like I'm actually feeling very excited to write it, and like I would like to write more, but again, I'm feeling like this come down moment where I'm like I'm getting hungry, and I feel so good about it. I'm very excited to just expand on these characters outside of their environmental stressors and all of their trials at the moment. So it's gonna be just really fun to like have their personalities come out, the banter and all of that, and just see where they go with it. Like I have a general idea of what I want their dynamic to be throughout the story and the duology, but I'm also just open to seeing what happens and let them take the reins and see what they want to do too between developing that dynamic and all of that. So I'm just like, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'm loving it, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. So I think that's it for now. And also, don't mind me, I had to bundle up because I have the AC blowing right on me, so it gets so cold. So I did have like my hood up, which is a great way to be a tunnel vision into writing, in my opinion, is having a hood up and headphones on. So I was locked in pretty good for a minute. But this is a great stopping point of where I'm at, and I'm just so excited. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. It's true. I just keep getting excited. Like the story is coming to life, and it's feeling more and more like my own. Like this is like becoming more reality for me. Where, before it's kind of like imposter syndrome, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm writing a story. It's kind of nervous to tell people. But now I'm like, nah, I'm in the trenches with it. And right now it's a great time. Like, yeah, I've had some hiccups and stuff, but like, yeah, I'm writing a book. Well, it's going to be 2 books, but I'm writing a full-blown story, and I can't wait to hold this in my hands one day. And that day will be coming. I just don't know exactly when, but again, holding true to my goal of finishing this first draft by the end of this year. And at this rate, I feel like I'm going to do pretty good with that, and hold true to that. So I can't wait to hold this in my hands, my baby, and eventually sharing with others, which is also a terrifying feeling and thought. But again, why not? Doing exposure therapy by sharing clips and snippets of my writing to you guys, where I'm like, it's not always pretty, it's not always good. There are some bangers. Don't get me wrong, there are some bangers, but I'm showing you all of it, and it's like you can tell when the writing's a little rough, but again, that's a second draft cast problem, and we will make that all pretty in due time. But just got to get the words out now. So that is it for this vlog. We'll stay in touch, of course. If you've enjoyed what you've heard so far, or just enjoyed being along with my journey and witnessing it with me, I so appreciate you guys being here and seeing this in real time essentially with me. Please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to grow my little community over here, so I so appreciate any support that you guys give me. And just, taking some time out of your day to just watch these videos of just some random girl that you probably don't know talking about a book that you don't have a super clear idea on what's happening, but she's very excited about it nonetheless. So anyways, I am going to go eat some food. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday night, and we'll talk more in the next one. So talk to you guys later. Love you. See you. Bye.